and telling everybody about what you do and kind of
Sure
what your
thing.
goals joining the community are?
Appreciate that. So as I said, my name is Jeremiah. I own a business called Renovation Sells. So we specialize in renovating homes for sale, mostly working with realtors. Definitely have wanted to personally kind of get into the investment space myself uh, on a basis where I'm doing the buying and fixing and flipping and all that. But also recognizing that I think we offer a really strong value proposition to other investors. I think when I met Alex and Matt, I guess almost a year ago, and heard about this community, and I thought this makes a lot of sense as a great way for me to get started in the investing space, but also an opportunity to offer fantastic service to folks who are doing it who may not have the experience in the design and construction side of our renovation project. So,
Yeah, well,
we're-
welcome, man. We're really excited to have you here. Jeremiah has consistently sent deals to Matt and I to partner on ever since I met him. He may have been sending them to Matt before then. We haven't gotten one done yet, but
we're
uh,
trying. It's volume.
we're trying to. There's going to be one day. Uh, what are so with like your personal investments and what you're looking to do? Is it more so on the fix and flip side, or do you have any goals lined out on in terms of what you want to do for your own portfolio or in terms of real estate investing?
I think in the near term, it's fix and flip and getting that kind of experience repetitions, if you will. And in the longer term, I'd say, farther out than a year from now, finding the right opportunities for buy and hold. I mean, cash flow rentals in Austin isn't a tremendous opportunity, a little harder to come by, but that's certainly on the offering. I also own and manage short-term rental properties. So if the right opportunity in the Austin area came up, I'd take it. Although in Austin proper, with all of the regulatory environment in Austin is not awesome. So you got to be careful about what municipality you're in for that kind of thing. So definitely those are, I think most short term within the next 12 months, execute a couple of fix and flips, and beyond that, start acquiring more for the hold and either STR or long-term rentals, whatever makes the most sense.
Well, good, man. Let's get after it. Let's make it happen.
Good deal.
Did for the construction side, y'all mainly just operate here in Austin, or
Yeah, so I operate everywhere from Dripping Springs on the south side all the way up north to Killeen and Temple. Obviously, Austin is where most of the business happens. I tend to get a lot in South Austin and in the Cedar Park area. But I've done jobs all over Pflugerville, Round Rock, Northwest Hills, Lakeway, South Austin, Dripping Springs, all over. So pretty much anywhere in the Austin metro area.
cool. Well, this meeting today is called Finding and Negotiating Deals. So what we do is we get on the phones, everybody brings some opportunities, and we start calling and seeing what we can find and negotiate and turn up. I've got one to call at 4:15. It's a multifamily apartment in Houston. It's actually the one we looked at last week on the pitch. I believe it was, or maybe it was this call. I don't remember, but we got a call with the broker on that one. I know Timberly and Andy have a few deals. Anybody else have some deals that we're calling today? Matt's got two.
One. I got one deal.
Got one. All right. Uh, put them in the group chat here. Matt, you want to call yours first right now?
Yeah, let me call him. So this is a wholesaler that I've been working with, and he sent me a deal, and he said it's a pretty big rush. So call him right now and just kind of talk through it and see what he's got. His name's
Is it
Jeffrey.
say who is it?
His name's Jeffrey Lane.
Hey Matt, how we doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good. I know you and Brian have talked before, but nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I appreciate you guys sending me opportunities and look forward to doing some deals with you guys.
Yeah, yeah, us too, man. Us too.
Right on. We'll talk to me. What do you got here and in general, how can we do more business? But just to get started, what's the opportunity? I have this text pulled up in front of me.
Yeah, yeah, man. So basically, the short of it is, I connected with this realtor. Just doing my dialing, and he put these 4 lots on my radar prior to taking them to market. And he told me what they were going to be asking for him. I said, I got to be honest with you, I'm not going to be anywhere near that. And he's like, I got you. Well, I respect it. We're going to go see what we can get. And well, they did that. They got burned by a wholesaler who apparently didn't know how to run their numbers. And he came back to me and said, hey, we got it listed at 58, but the seller's motivated and they're ready and willing to move forward at 25. And I was like, well, let me just make sure I get this greenlit by the finance department, and I'll get back with you.
So 25,000 for, is it 0.66 acres total?
Yep. And it seems like houses in this area are being built on like those little like 0.16 acre lots. So which if you multiply it out, that's just about 0.64, 0.66 acres.
And these are already subdivided?
Yep.
Do you have surveys?
I do not. Would you like me to get some?
Yeah, please. Let's buy these things together, man.
Dude, yeah. I got to be honest. I don't think Brian and I have enough money in the bank ski to buy these with you, but we'd love to JV it with you.
Yeah, I mean, 25K, I got 13 people in our community right now that they're all throwing 2,000 will buy these things.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. Yeah. So if we locked it up at, 25, he said 25K and you put 500 towards closing costs. I said, let me see what I can do. So if we were to, lock this up at like 25.5, you think that's good enough to sell it to someone, or you buy it for a little fee on top of that?
Yeah, I mean, can you think we could call them together right now and get it even cheaper?
Possibly. I mean, the guy's a great agent. I didn't say yes or no earlier, so
call him, say, hey, I got my investor, and I'll say, hey, look, man, I'll close these things 20K cash. I'll send you the money tomorrow if you need it. And let's try and make a little bit more.
Yeah. Do you want me to just introduce you as like my head underwriter, since I said that we'll probably be buying these?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So let me have him like in my phone system here on my like smartphone. So let me just dial him and add him to this call, see if he picks up. Okay. Let's see. Rudy. And wish I could make it to your event here too, man.
Yeah, man. That's all right.
Looks like it'll be cool.
Yeah, I think so.
2 and 4 through. All right, man. So let me give him a buzz real quick, and if I get him, I'll merge in.
All right, let's get it.
All right, be right back with you.
I got another one. A realtor's texting me. I'll put it in the chat.
Man, he didn't pick up, but I'm thinking it's probably just because I'm calling on my cell. So what I'm going to do, if it's all right with you, I'll hop off here, call him on my smartphone, and let him know that I'm going to be calling him from my cell so that I can merge us all in.
Okay, and if you want to do a group text, that works as well. Just I'll be available.
All right, I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know within the next 2 minutes, regardless if I hear from him.
All right, thanks, brother.
All right, thanks. See ya.
You
On
have
to the
another,
next. On to the next. Who's got something?
you have another one you're calling right now, or you want to call the
Yeah,
commercial?
let me call this lady real quick.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
All right. Alex, have at it, brother. So Jeremiah, just so you know, I mean, the more we bring here, we could just get after it, it's kind of fun.
Very
Alright,
active and
one sec.
all here. This is good.
Yeah, and Paulie's got that one. Paulie, with that one that he wanted 330, did you talk to that guy by chance? That I think it was in Pflugerville. Tamrick or something like that.
Let me look.
Okay.
Is TJ still at the office, Paulie?
Yeah. Let me ask him real quick.
Well, hold on, I'm calling him.
I don't see it in the.
Hey, Sierra,
Hey, Alex.
you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, one sec. All right. Sierra, can you hear me? Hey, you want to get on with this broker?
Sure.
Okay. You never called me back earlier to talk about seller finance.
But I didn't see the call.
All good. We're gonna talk about it right now.
Okay, great.
One sec. All right, let's see here. Sierra, what's this guy's number?
All right. 713
Uh-huh.
332
Yep.
8262.
Chris.
Yes.
All right, calling him right now.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Chris, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, sir. I've got Sierra on the phone with us as well.
Hey, Chris.
Okay. Hey, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, so I got your email. I just wanted to circle back on a few items. As I mentioned last night, my clients, given what has occurred, brought taste in their mouth, really want to get they want to get a deal done. Now, I know they have 4 years left on their loan, which they have about $400,000 left on it. The rate I'm asked her for, she hasn't gotten back to me yet. So I know you have a lot of questions. What realistically, cash wise, I know you have a number here of, what are you looking? What can you do cash wise down? I guess is the question.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could give the full 700-800 down. The problem is that it's only producing about, like I said, 30 to 40 grand in NOI, right? And so we can't buy this and lose money. So what we need to do.
No, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
You're right. And so what we need to do is figure out a way to make this work where we're making money. But I mean, it kind of comes back to, what does she need to walk away with, right? Like if she only needs 150 grand and we can work out a deal that way, it's one thing. If she needs the full 800 day one, then it's possible.
No. I think this is my take until I have a full conversation with her. I think if we could get somewhere between that 200 to 300 cash on top of her note getting paid off, I think that might be doable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing though, right?
And then figure out another.
So come with like 600, pay off her debt. She walks away with 2 and then figure out the other 50%.
Yeah, whatever number we agree upon, just kind of come up that way where we come up with, terms that are agreeable on both sides,
Yeah.
And I get it where the market, when we first put it on, we got a lot of offers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we went under contract and we tried to get a deal done with this guy, and then that went sideways. But, I think she's realizing, given the markets where they're at, and some things with her expenses, I don't think they're fully, that property management, that's really that's going into her pocket. There's some other expenses, the water, electric, they got to get passed down to the tenants. I don't think she did a really good job of make ready versus that expense versus really what expenses are going into the building. So anyway, okay.
Well, just so you know, I agree with you. And I mean, we see the opportunity here, right? Like, if we thought she was doing a good job managing it, then there would be no opportunity for us. But so we know the opportunity, and we plan on passing these expenses back to the tenants, and we plan on, improving the efficiency of this apartment. But the problem is that we're not going to be able to do that, the first day. It may take a year plus for us to fully pass back these expenses, talk to the tenants. Like, I don't want to go to the tenants and say, hey, you're now responsible for your utilities. And then we've got, 80% vacancy if they all want to move out on their month-to-month leases, right? And so we gotta approach it, tactfully, and we just have to, structure a deal where we're able to come in and do that business plan without losing money along the way.
Okay.
You understand?
I get it. Yeah. You're taking a risk by putting all the cash down, right? But then you're like, hey, for us to see the rewards of this cash down, it might take a little bit of time. I get it. So,
like, if
we don't want to be making payments on carrying something that,
right. Like, if we could,
okay,
if we could figure out a way to, like, if we could bring 600 to the table, pay off her loan, have her walk away with 2, and then structure something with like no payment for like 2 years or so while we're able to execute this business plan, then, we're ready to roll. That's a pretty good deal for us to come in, do our thing, get her the price that she wants, because otherwise she's not going to get it. Right?
Yeah, right? I know when you say no payment, but when you say no payment, what do you mean by no payment, though?
I mean,
just none?
Yeah, no mortgage payment for like a year and a half, 2 years.
And what about all their expenses? All of their expenses?
Well, I mean, we own it, so we're responsible for operating the property, but she's the bank for the remaining balance, and we structure something where, we pay like no payments for 2 years or something for us to come in, execute the business plan, get this thing operating efficiently, and then we can start making payments after that.
Got it.
Because she doesn't need the full amount right now, right? Like, let's get her this 200, let her go do her thing. And what city you say?
I put that number out there. I don't know the exact number she needs. Yeah. I just know that where they're at in their life, they're just she's older, she's probably in her late 60s, early 70s, I bet, and just she kind of multifamily is not all that easy to deal with, and if it's just her and they live 50 minutes away without traffic, to get down there and take care of stuff, it's okay. Let me talk to her. Let me see what number makes sense for them, and to see. Then I'll get back to you and say, hey, okay, this is a number. Now you guys propose something that, on a term sheet, which could make sense, whether or not it, when the payments start kicking in and what have you.
Yeah, and just so you know, we are closers. We're serious about this deal. We like this deal a lot. And in order to kind of structure the seller finance thing, like, it needs to be as we're kind of going through the process right now, but it needs to be, somewhat of a collaborative process. That way we can make sure we get her what she needs and wants, and also we can get what we want. So I don't want to just throw out random seller finance offers if it doesn't meet what she wants, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you have an attorney you guys work with, kind of for documents, or do we gotta? If we get to agreement on basic terms, I guess is the question.
Yeah, we have an attorney we like to use.
Okay. She's gonna ask when's an ideal time to close for you guys? Like, what's the earliest if we come to terms can get this thing done? Is the question.
Well, again, it depends. Do I have to come to the table with 200 or 600, or do I need to go, get some capital from investors? But
Got it.
within like 45 to 90 days or so.
Okay. All right. Let me talk to her.
You
See
think
what number
you think this has a possibility of getting
Go
done?
on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think what happened was, I knew where the last deal was at, was high. We got lucky, and so I think, but now she's coming to a realization once I presented like where all the offers originally kind of came in and where we're at today. And I think she's more open to it. Is the question? Is the answer. She's more open to getting creative versus just a straight deal with financing, and there's also advantages for her too. I mean, she's still the landlord at the end of the day. If you guys go belly up or go sideways, she got the cash and she still owns the building.
Yeah, I mean that's great, right? If we give her 600K at closing and she has to take the property back, then she's still got a property plus 600 grand.
I agree. So I mean, I would, for me, I like that better. You're taking a little bit of risk for a year and change or whatever it is, but so I guess the question is like, how long of a, long-term hold is it going to be though, from her perspective? I know if you can't start paying, but is it till it's paid off? I mean, she's a landlord forever. I mean, I don't think that's, I think we have to have a time where, traditional financing, if you guys go that route or you pay cash, has got to kick in.
Yeah. Well, let's first see if she's open to it, and then let's line out all those details.
You got it.
Because otherwise,
we can discuss that.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise we're just making things up. Is she willing to get on a call with us and have a conversation?
Yeah, let me talk to her first. I kind of like I don't bring her in typically until we kind of get these kind of things ironed out. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, she'd be open for it. Yeah, I mean, let me talk to her. Let's talk to her tomorrow.
Do you have any other buyers who are?
Go on.
Do you have any other buyers who are pursuing this one?
Yeah, we have several. Yeah. So I basically have reached out to everyone who presented offers before, and I've been in talks with them and seeing where their heads are at. And so,
where are they at on it?
They're the same. I mean, they're just haven't, some are, some are traditional financing. I got one guy who wants to pay cash, but he wants to be really low on the cash.
What's the lowest she'd take? What's the lowest she'd take cash?
1.1, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know until she sees until you see that number on piece, in a formal offer. Then people always say no, and then all of a sudden they see that, and then they see proof of funds that it's really there. They're like, well, maybe I'll just to exit the deal. They might take it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Where are you at with these other buyers? So, they're really not that serious.
Serious as in they sent me offers previously. Then we decided to go the route of the one buyer. They kind of moved on to different projects, but that's where I'm seeing where they're at now.
Yeah. Well, we're ready and we're ready to get this thing done. We do like it.
Okay.
Let's just figure out.
I'll get back to you tomorrow, regardless.
Okay, that sounds good.
Let me see. And if she's open to these ideas / terms, plan on doing a call around this time tomorrow. All right.
Okay. Do you That works.
Usually available around 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that works for me. Do you have any other deals like this we can look at?
One, 50% vacant.
We'll look at it if it's good.
And
If there's opportunity.
these guys wouldn't move. Yeah, let me send this over.
Okay. Any mobile home parks or storage unit facilities?
No, I don't have any of that.
Are you an investor? Would you be interested in investing in any of these with us?
I could potentially scrounge up some people. It just depends. I mean, you know, what kind of hold is it? You know, I don't like having my cash tied up for too long, personally.
Yeah. Well, me either.
How much are you looking to get involved?
That's why we want to exit. That's why we want to execute this business plan and pull our equity out and go buy some more.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think on this deal with her, I think you go in there. I do think you do a little updating to the courtyard. You get, I mean, if you got to remeter some of these units or the units, I think that's money well spent, and I think in 2 to 3 years you flip that thing and you're gonna make some decent coin.
Yeah. Well, we got to get this. Go ahead. Yeah, let's talk to her.
Yeah, let me talk.
See what she's open to.
I'll talk to her. Yeah, and let's plan on. Let's plan on talking tomorrow or connecting tomorrow, regardless. But if she wants to jump on a call, plan around like 4-ish. But I'll send out a note before then. All right.
Okay, that sounds good. And send over the one with 50% vacancy too.
I'll send that. I'll email that out right now. They withdrew the listing, but here I'll just tell you they were asking 1.65.
What is it?
For 16 units. 16 units, all 1 bedroom.
Yeah. Were they serious?
Here, I'm going to tell you the address right now. Write down this address. It's 6702 Fulton Avenue, and that's 77022.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, they did. I think they overpaid for the amount of work they put into 8 of the units. They totally redid.
Yeah.
4 are vacant. No, 4 are gutted. You're going to have to spend money on 4 of them. But just take a look at it. It's on. I don't know if it's on LoopNet anymore, but it's on one of those things.
Okay, I'll check it out, and then.
Here, she has 2.5 years left on her deal for the loan term. Her rate's 5%.
And it's principal and interest payments.
I don't know that answer. I would assume so.
Okay.
She might be getting closer just to principal at this point, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what she acquired the property at.
Okay. Well, let's see what she's open to and talk tomorrow.
All right, you got it. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye.
Thanks.
All right, you too.
All right, Sierra and Terrence, I gotta hop off back in community call, but we'll see what he says tomorrow.
All right, yes, sir. I'll be waiting on the email.
All right, good job, Sierra, and you too.
All right,
Yeah.
no, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we'll talk tomorrow.
All right, bye. All right,
All right, Alex. Here's my guy from earlier with the land.
all yours.
Jeffrey,
I'm going to go ahead and merge.
let's get it.
All right. All righty, Rudy and Matt, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, Rudy.
All righty.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Where are you originating from?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. I'll hold comments. Okay. I was just joking. I love Austin.
What'd you say? I didn't hear it.
I said I'll reserve my comments about Austin.
All right.
It is a beautiful place. I must admit that. That's for sure.
Amen. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for making some time. I'd love to kind of talk through this deal with you, and we're closers, and just want to see if you don't mind sharing what's important for you, and just different deal points, and we'll try to cater something to get it done with you.
Awesome. Let's get the conversation going.
So what's the backstory? Can you tell me, how long you've owned it, what your goal was, what's important for you? The more you can share, the more I can, try to find something that's catered to your needs.
Quick backstory, Matt. So Rudy's the agent on the listing here.
Got it. Okay, so
Yes,
Rudy, do you know that from the perspective of the owners?
a little bit. Yeah, I go to church. I did go to church. We've since switched churches, my wife and I, about 6 months ago. So we don't go to the same church. And John McGuffey is the owner of this property. It was her sister, and her niece, and they got the property through the death of the parents of the two sisters.
Okay.
And so that's how they came into the property. Not something they bought. It's just been in the family. And those three people, to the best of my understanding, I haven't done a title search myself, but that's what John is telling me. Her sister, and her niece are the owners of these lots, which they don't have any intent to ever, live on these properties or develop these properties. I think, Jeffrey and I have gone over these, and I think he's well versed in them. They're in a wonderful location, but it's a future property, right? It's not a today property because there's not streets to them or sidewalks. You can't go over there today and start building a home on there, as well as a number of lots around them. So it's a desired area. Flower Bluff is if you're familiar with it, you know this. If you're not, but it's a fast growing place, right butts up to Padre Island. Properties are hot in that part of Corpus Christi. And as they say, they're not making any more land. And it's surrounded by developments. There's houses, all around this area here, but the area itself, and these four lots in particular that make one big 0.66 of an acre, there's no access to them right now in terms of streets or sidewalks or anything of that nature.
Okay. Well, there's, a bit of challenges with that, obviously. And since they're just kind of sitting on it, I mean, we've kind of run the numbers. We need a little bit of time, probably like a 2-week option period, and then we could close 2 weeks after that. We could go all cash. What do you honestly think with the challenges and the time that comes with this? What do you think's the absolute best? I know y'all have talked about 25, but there's some challenges that we're going to have to deal through that we're going to find out with those 2 weeks. And we'd rather just start off with, trying to make this easy and convenient and say, hey, here's the price and let's go close this.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you take a look, the challenges are the same for a couple of other properties that have sold real close to this property, right? And it's sold for more money. I told Jeffrey the reason, that we bought initially was because the most recent sale there took place, I would say, in the last 6 months or so, and it was for about $39,000 or $40,000 for an almost exact like property. You'll find that in your research. And so we felt the number that we got from the other person who just dropped out, which is right there, right to $38,000 mark, was a bottom line fair. We started at a higher number, doing some comps a little further out, quickly realized that, maybe that's a little too aggressive. And so Jonna became more accepting of a lower number. We went into contract for a lower number around 38. And we felt that was because of what you sold, a fair number. Sold very similar to this property. Why would she then accept, this offer? I mean, she's up in age. She's not going to move there. And so she's motivated to sell this property and frankly, needs to sell the property. And so I think you're going to find that everything I've told you in the quick capsule description of the property I've given you is accurate, and that you'll do your research and find that the property should sell for over what you'll go under contract for this property if you proceed and get under contract, and that you're going to purchase a tomorrow property that Hey, it's like when I just purchased a home to Hill Country 3 years ago. It was nothing was selling in that subdivision. I mean, it was stagnant. COVID came, it blew up. I bought a property for X, and I can sell it for 6 times X today.
I
2
understand.
years later.
Well, those comps that you're talking about, when specifically did they sell?
Let me see right here. I think I have a folder that may have that comp that was sold. Listing Orange County. Let's have a not. Let's see. Here it looked. It's 2030 Poplar Avenue. It is doesn't say size. Well, it looks like it's a little smaller property. Actually, it's a smaller property. Let me go back to look. What we're talking square footage of 28,000 on the one we three are discussing. 28,000. This one sold for 33,000, and it's 21,401 square feet. Again, the address is 2030 Poplar Avenue.
What was the date on that?
The date on that is listing date, closing date. Closing date was 2/10/2023.
So
So we're
the,
talking
the,
9 months ago.
the reason I was looking at that, and I'm sure you can agree, that was a much different market. Would you agree with that?
Much different in February of this year than today. Obviously, we were looking at interest rates that are lower at that time. And okay, I don't know about you as much, but I would definitely say different markets.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not trying to argue with you, but I'm just stating my case. I mean, February rates were, still in the 4.5s, 5s. Now we're double that. So we're prepared to close. There's two options that we could give you. We'll make this very simple. We could give you a value of 20,000 if they wanted to throw it into a development and be a joint venture partner with us. And we've built all kinds of properties all around Corpus Christi. We've done a big project in London, and we have one in Kingsville right now, London, Texas, right north of Corpus. Or we could do 15,000 cash, quick close, and make this easy. We have to, as you know, make money as investors, and we're prepared to close. I don't think it's worth that price, and also I know that we'll come in and we'll just get it done and make it easy for everybody. We could possibly pay a little bit more if they would owner finance and give us a little bit of time.
What does that mean in English?
We would pay them $500 a month for 2 years. We could establish a price of 25,000, and we'd have a 2-year balloon to pay the total balance off.
Now we're separating the rat shirts and the coffee beans. Okay, I got you. Jeffrey, do you like that one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you repeat that for me?
I said we're separating the rat shirts from the coffee beans now. And we're getting clearer here. Now.
I like it. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay. Matthew, I think there would be certainly more open. I can't speak for my client, right? Because I'm going to present both. I'm just, from what I know of her, I think they would be more open to the 500 a month balloon at 2 years to get to the 25. In their mind, the 25 is already a number that's a really, really bottom number, a real bottom number. Everybody has their hopes and dreams. The market always talks to us. Reality always talks to us. I showed you the comp. We agreed that in February the market is different. I wouldn't say very, very different. I'd say different. We're not here to argue. We're here to help. I'm here to help my client. You're here to help your company do the right thing. I think they'd be more open to the 500 a month 2-year balloon note to get and be at the price of 25,000.
That sounds good. That's fair. Just let me know. We're chasing a lot of deals, so this offer, not to put pressure on you, but I can't guarantee this a week from now. So I'd have to know soon. And as you can see, I can cater these options. I'm an investor. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm just trying to find a win-win here. So you let me know, and we'll make it happen.
You've been doing this a long, long time. You sound like 14 years old, which is a great compliment.
Well, you might be.
Trying to be ugly.
No, it's no problem. 13 years in. I started when I was 18. I'm 32, so maybe not as long as you.
To me. No. I haven't been doing it that long. I was a professional baseball scout for many, many years for the Los Angeles Angels.
Wow.
But, in my personal life all that time, I bought and sold properties. And so I was an investor doing that type of stuff, not big time, buying some lots, buying a couple of houses, selling them and stuff like that. But as far as a real estate agent, three plus years having my license to do it. So not a veteran. But learning every day, wanting to do the right thing for my client. So would there be any cost to her on writing, any lawyer costs for writing up the paperwork? Are you going to write that up? Do you have a standard, if there's such a thing, a standard form already?
Yeah.
Are there going to be any supplemental costs to her, attorney fees for writing up this contract?
We'll just split the closing costs down the middle. And if they're open to it, just let me know. We will write it up and send it to you. I'm a baseball player myself. I grew up my whole life playing catcher, so we probably speak the same language on that side of things. But
where did you grow up? Where did you play?
I played in Round Rock. I went to Round Rock High School. Do you know Round Rock High School by chance?
Stony Point?
Yeah. We were this is not something to brag about, but my team was the first team to not make the playoffs in 22 years at Round Rock.
When you're the first to do something, it's a first. Right?
That's a first, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So, well, that's okay. Did you go to Stony Point? Is that where you went?
I went to Round Rock High School.
Okay, Round Rock had the home of John Danks.
Yeah, John Danks. Yep, exactly. John and Jordan and Chance Wheelis, some of those guys.
Well, there you go. See, I know a little bit about those guys. My son played against them all the time. Jordan Danks. He played against Jordan. My son played in the big leagues for the Seattle Mariners.
Wow.
Oh, wow. He's from San Antonio Reagan High School.
How cool.
I didn't know that.
Hey, he graduated.
Information, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, we talked baseball. Then he played for the USC Trojans, and then he graduated from USC, got drafted by Seattle in the 18th round. And if you know a little bit of baseball, that's kind of a round where we start drafting trained monkeys and three-legged dogs. You need to draft guys, and I mean that tongue-in-cheek, very respectfully, because we build a club with our draft picks in the first three rounds. That's where the players come from. We draft for another 27 rounds because we need guys to play games.
Interesting.
We need bodies.
I didn't know that.
Right?
That is interesting.
No, now you know. Okay, because there are prospects and there are suspects. Okay, the prospects come in the first three rounds, and the suspects come in other rounds. Can a suspect like my son in the 18th round that signed for $1,000 make it to the big leagues? Well, he did. He jumped over guys that got $300,000. Then in AA, he jumped over guys that got $800,000. Then in AAA, he jumped over guys that got $2 million signing bonus. Then he gets a call to come to the big leagues, offer guys that got $5 million. It's a very rare thing, but it happens. A very rare thing, but it happens. So, yeah, that's a little bit of baseball tip.
Hey, man, I love it. We talk baseball all day. Let's get this one closed, and I'll buy you some lunch, and we'll talk some baseball.
It's a beautiful thing because I never miss lunch.
Perfect.
So I'll take that up. Let me talk to my seller and split closing costs, $500 a month for 2 years, balloon note at 24 months to reach that $25,000 sales price.
Yes, sir.
Those are the main bullet points, right?
That's it.
Let me talk to her, see what she says about that, and I'll get back to you. Jeffrey, I just call you. Is that the way we want to make this happen?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can either call me or, if you want to reach out to Matt directly too, either works for us. I'm working with both of us now.
Matthew, what's your last name?
Teifke.
Spell that for me.
Teifke.
Okay, and your phone number is it the Just go ahead and give it to me.
512-914-4806.
Okay. And Jeffrey, what was I know I have your office number, but tell me the mobile that you also would prefer.
Yeah, this one's 860-989-5361.
5361. Okay. Well, let me talk to Jonna, and I'll get back to you guys tomorrow for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
and I'll go ahead and throw the three of us in a group chat. And then also, Rudy, if you could you send me the survey as well? I know you sent me that utility PDF, but do the sellers have a survey as well?
I don't think so. I don't think there's a survey. Let me look in the folder here again before I lie. Let me see here, because I don't want to lie. Jeffrey, I don't see in my folder. I don't see a survey. I just don't. I don't see a survey. I don't think they can furnish me.
Sure. No worries. Just wanted to double check there.
Okay. Well, I will get back to both of you. I hope we can consummate this deal, this transaction, because I do like to eat, and I look forward to that.
You and me both, and hopefully we can close this one and then talk about those other 5 lots that you got in the same area, right, Rudy?
I do. I just got another 5, from another, and they got up to these. So if you bought them, you'd have like 9 lots in a row.
Well, what's the deal on those? Are they available?
They are. I just got them. When did we talk, Jeffrey? Last week, right?
I think maybe Sunday or Monday.
Sunday or Monday, I had a man reached out to me about a year ago when he saw this listing. And he said, "Hey, Rudy, I got property out there too. Would you sell it for me?" And I told him about the difficulties, we were having. And I said, I don't want to promise you something. I mean, everybody, a typical real estate agent will take any listing, right? I'll list a pelt of a dog from a tree, or something. But I don't want to just list anything unless I feel like I can sell it for them. And you never know who you can sell for. But I just said, let's hold off a minute. So fast forward to today, when we got this contract from this other gentleman, I reconnected with the guy. I said, this is where we are. I can reach out to this guy and see if he wants to buy more properties. And then, Jeffrey, you were talking to me. So the bottom line is, he said, okay, if you feel like you have a buyer, let's talk. So if you are truly interested, and you sound like you are, he told me to go ahead and call him. So I'll reach out to him now that we've talked and say, hey, I've talked to these guys, and I don't know what his sale price is going to be. I don't know if he'll entertain the same type of price, but all we can do is ask him. All he can do is say no.
Yeah. Sounds
right.
great.
Yeah. And then the preliminary work that I've done, it shows me that they actually bought up to these. So there should be these 4 and those 5 lots, 9 in a row, which would be awesome for you guys if that's the case.
That is awesome.
So let me do some investigative work. My primary duty right now is called Jonna, and then I'll talk to the other person, Mr. Strittmeyer, and we'll see if we can make this all happen.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Appreciate it,
Good.
Jen.
Good talking to you, gentlemen, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
All right. Sounds great.
Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
Later. All right, guys. See what happens.
You free to call Timberly's with her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Timberly, you ready for yours? David asked where the lots were at. It's Robstown, right?
It's in Corpus on Flower Bluff. I put the early Poplar. Wow. Somewhere in the chat on Poplar.
I got it. I'll find it.
Hey, that'd be a great one for all of us to buy if we all wanted to.
Timberly, did you want to call, or do you want us to call?
Yeah, we can call together. I just gotta find his name real quick. It's one of the people I called today.
What was the play on that one, Matt? Or is that one that you're just going to flip it as land, or are you actually going to look to develop it?
Well, consider both options. It could be a really good flip. 500 a month is $6K a year. So we got 2 years in it for 12K. But I do have a developer that could build on it if it's a good project. And we'll get 2 weeks to go really dive in and do the due diligence to make sure it's a good deal.
I guess so.
Timberly, can you share with everyone what you did all day today and kind of what opportunities you found by doing?
Yeah, I cold called 100 people today. So I have a lot of emails I got to get to, but one of these guys I called and he didn't answer, but he texted me and he was just kind of asking like what we were interested in. I told him we were open to seller financing and all those kind of things. And he's asking details about like how much are we willing to put down, those kind of things. And I said, well, it varies. And so Alex had said that he wanted to set up a phone call so we could go over that with him. But I mean, I have a lot of stuff. Like I called wholesalers and I called commercial brokers and I called residential agents and just kind of told them what I was looking for. I called on some of their listings, tried to see the motivation with those, but also put some feelers out there for other stuff that they come across, made sure that they got my email, and have a lot of emails that I get to see, but I have quite a few mobile home parks, so I got to dive into those later. Excited to see what's in there.
You see how doing that for simply just 30 days would yield a tremendous amount of opportunities?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Do you want to call? Do you want us to call?
Yeah, I just sent in the address. So I'll call them and then let's see.
And Alex, Steve texted us about this duplex.
Hey, John.
I didn't get that.
Okay, so this one that I sent in there, they are not open to seller financing, but then he had said, sincere question, are you paying market or close to market? Are you trying to get a discount? If so, 10%, 15, 20%. And I said, if paying close to market, we would prefer seller financing. Other than that, we just have to look at the deal and see what we're willing to pay for it. And he asked if we were doing subject to transactions. And I said, we do those as well. And then that's when he asked, how much are we willing to put down? Is there owner finance or subject to? And I just said, it depends. So I told him to give him a call.
Let's get it.
Hey, Stuart.
Hey, Stuart, this is Timberly with Key Real Estate. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Thanks. How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking my phone call. I have my my partner here, Matt. Just for that.
Matt, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Thanks.
All right.
So I was asking you about that listing that you have in Leander. I know y'all aren't doing seller financing on it. But you were asking some other information about what we're kind of looking for. So I just wanted to have us on the phone so we could answer any questions that you may have, because we'd love to do a deal with you in the future.
Okay. Well, I was just kind of shooting some, I'm on, and you are, I'm sure are too, on all kinds of investor lists and get, stuff sent to you all the time, but, usually it's fairly generic. So, when it comes right down to it, there are kind of some details that when I put them together and match them up, when I've got something that, I like for it to be something that makes sense. But so, if you're doing, owner finance, how much you, considering putting down?
I mean, it just kind of depends on the deal and what we're looking at.
Okay. $400,000 house, in a reasonable neighborhood like Terra Vista. What would you put down on a seller finance?
Hey, Stuart, we've had coffee a few times, right? This is Matt. Yeah. I was making sure we're on the same page. I remember a couple of years ago, but man, we're very flexible. Like there's so many ways that we can structure these deals. I mean, as you know, typical is 10, 15%.
Oh yeah, it's infinite. It's infinite. But I guess what I'm getting at is I could send you someone who's willing to owner finance, but if they want $100,000 down and you're only willing to do 10%, then there's no reason to send it to you.
Well, so yeah, just to clarify, I mean, we're how we operate. We're investment focused, and now is the best time to do what we do. So whether it's 100K or $1 million down, it's irrelevant in the fact of it comes down to all the other factors. But I would just want to leave you with like we're getting deals done. I mean, we bought some lots or we're trying to buy some lots where it's $500 a month for 2 years. We're buying a property in Pace, Florida, where we're putting 600,000 down. And what we're doing is, we've kind of teamed up with Timberly and different people at the brokerage, and we have the ability to raise capital in a much different way than in the past because we've got some scale of people that want to buy with us. So we're super flexible. I mean, we have a 288 unit deal in Clute that we're trying to get done. And I know you know the game well, so I'm just kind of laying it out the best I can. But anybody who is motivated and needs to get some done, we'll buy them with you if you want, or you can wholesale them to us. We just need to cash flow, make a 15 to 27% type IRR on our investment, and then we can.
Okay, well, see that. Yeah, that helps a lot. If I can have an idea of what you're looking for there, that makes sense. And you're also willing to do subject twos.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. And are you looking for a particular term when you do a seller finance or subject to?
No, not necessarily.
How long before you paid off or refinance or whatever?
Longer the better, right? But I mean, if they're it just depends on. I mean, as you know, right? It's like, what's the rate? What's the price? What's the down payment? What's the balloon? If they're willing to work with us on different aspects of those variables, then we could do a 6-month balloon. If not, then maybe the balloon is the thing that brings us value, and we do a longer term.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. We're really right on the edge of I think of where people are starting to think, okay, I might need to be considering this. There's still a little hope in the air about I can get my house sold without having to, do the subject to, without having to do the owner finance. But there's a lot of people in that price range that are going to come to a conclusion pretty soon that's going to have to be an option for them.
Yeah. Are you seeing anybody right now? Are you seeing any deals that we can buy or have conversations with right now? Or you think those?
No, I don't right now. I do have one that in Terra Vista that is paid off, and they aren't really needing the money. So they might be willing to do a deal. That's why I wanted to talk to y'all. I wanted to visit with them about that possibility. And I've got another one that I think is paid off. I need to confirm that with the owner and see if they'd be willing to consider an owner finance. I know neither one of them will want to go very long though. And I don't mean 6 months, but I mean, neither one of them going to want to go, like 5 or 7 or 10 years.
Yeah, understood. Well, what's keeping you busy? What opportunities are you seeing in the market right now?
Well, I've always kind of had my hands in a few different areas. My bread and butter obviously is brokerage. I list homes but let's see, this year I probably flipped 4. And I've got a small commercial development going, a little office warehouse complex. I just stay busy, I don't, I'm kind of blessed. I've been doing it a while. Most of the stuff comes to me. And then I just kind of see which ones I want to deal with. But it's a fun market. I think a lot of people are nervous for no reason.
Yeah, it is. Well, keep us in mind, man. I mean, we'll move quick, sure. And if we can, and we're happy to look at investing in some of those development deals or any deals that you have. We're just getting people together yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate y'all's time.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Stuart. Look forward to talking to you.
All righty, bye.
All right, bye.
That was a good find, Timberly. He's he just stay in touch with him because he knows how to work deals.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really know how to answer like what he was asking, like 10, 20, 30%, just because, they're all negotiable and just depending on the
Yeah.
deal. I don't
Yeah,
want to
that's
tell
why you gotta. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
it's okay. I don't want to tell him one thing and then him not send me the rest. That's why I was just like, well, send me whatever. We'll look at it. But like what you said like what, 27% or something like that for return.
Yeah, that's why I kind of just. Sorry, my kids just ran in. Hey, I'll be right with you guys. They just got off school. Yeah, I mean that's why I tried to like lay it out, like all the different variables. One second, buddy. That's why I try to lay out all the variables, right? And like then it's like gives him a really clear picture because he knows the game. And so there's ways to navigate those conversations and try to figure out what really is he asking, right? Because whether it be 10 or 20, it's like he's looking for the deeper conversation, in my opinion.
Okay.
Did that help you? Like, do you have any questions on that? Like, or something that make you feel better when next time someone asks that?
No, I mean, I guess just saying what you said, like, we're looking for this type of return. So we're negotiable with other terms so long as we can get to this point and the terms are favorable for us and the seller. So that does help. Thank you.
Absolutely. Good job doing that. I'm glad you're taking some action.
Thanks.
All right. Good job, Timberly. And for everybody there, I mean, you'll see when we structure seller finance deals, that always comes up and we never directly answer it. Same thing happened with that Houston multifamily deal, right? Because we could answer it, but it's almost impossible to answer it until we know what they're looking to get and what the other terms are going to be for us to structure. And so you can respond in a, I forget how Matt responded there, but my response usually is, well, we can put 80% down if we're getting, the cash flow that we need to get. So it just kind of depends on what's important to the seller, just turning it back to them and trying to figure out the important information of what they want.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm working on, Timberly, is like Alex just said, like I feel like I should flip it and ask them questions, like to figure out why are you asking? Do you have a deal, or are you just talking to talk? Like be like, well, what do you got? And just flipping it real quick to see what are they trying to navigate towards.
A lot of times too, when people will say, sellers directly will be like, I'm not giving you a number. Like, what's your price? If I know that the house is worth somewhere around like 500, I'll just be like, well, my offer is 200. Is that good for you or no? And if the answer is no, then great. Well, let's figure out, what do you want to sell this property for? And usually when I throw out an extremely low offer like that and they know it's a joke, then we can get past this little game that they're trying to play and we can figure out, what's really important. Or same thing with seller finance too. They'll be like, well, what price will you pay with seller finance? Be like, well, if it's worth 500, I'll be like, well, I can pay $1 million for it if you'll give us, $1 monthly mortgage payments for 20 years. What price do you want? Let's figure out how to get this deal done. All right, we want to call this duplex, Matt.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
I'm a little lost here. Basically, just he's waiting for a call right now.
No, not necessarily. I mean, Steve just said we could call him sometime today, but I am too, to be honest. I'm trying to catch up to speed. I think it's one of the duplexes they have under contract. We could call Steve too.
All right, I'll call Steve and then we'll call the guy together.
Yeah, let's do that. Does anyone else have any other deals?
Not currently, no.
No worries.
Steve speaking.
Hey, Steve, Alex speaking. How are you?
Hey, yeah, good, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. Do you want to call this duplex owner together, or you want me to just call?
Well, I'm just stepping into a meeting, so I could probably do it around 5. Otherwise, I'm fine if you wanna give him a shout.
Okay.
I can get up. just in the event that he knows of you and basically that we're partnering and looking for a deal. So
Okay, we'll just go
either
ahead.
way, if you want to wait for about an hour, like I can do that, or if you want to try him now, like I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that too.
Okay,
It's all good.
I'm gonna try him right now and just see if we can work something out.
Right on, man. Love it.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
All right, go enjoy your meeting. We'll see what we can get here.
Okay. Finance meeting. It's always fun.
Have fun.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. Talbot. Oh, here we go. All right, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is a duplex.
Recording in progress.
Is that me?
That's me. I'm trying to switch over my phone real quick.
Two mats.
Two-dimensional Mac.
Mat squared.
There's two mats for you.
There you go. Haircut looks good.
Thanks, buddy.
Get it today?
Yeah.
Matt's switching it up for this workshop. Last workshop, Matt had his hair down to here.
Back to the deal. It's not about me.
I'm just waiting on the MLS to load. 1400 St. Edwards. All right. So there was one that closed 2 houses down for 560. This guy wanted initially. So Tallbridge is the people we brought in for the pitch last week to talk about novations. This is a lead they've been working for a while. Seller wanted 590, one down the road sold for 560. They're wholesalers. And so, they would need it at a price that's much lower than this. It's a good little area, South Austin, I think it is. Yeah, it's right here. So let's call him and see what we can work. His phone number. All right, Ray. 2.
Please leave your message for 5.
Come on, Ray.
Please leave your message for 5.
512-773-9103.
Please leave your message.
Okay, well, his phone's off. What else we got till we get this guy? David, you still in here? I think you had one.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Yeah, it was a lot. Robert reached out to the guy as well, but yeah, it looks like a pretty decent deal. It's a lot in Pleasanton, which is outside Antonio, and I don't know, Robert, you may know a little bit more. Sorry.
I actually just got off the phone with so it's a wholesaler who has it. HBHS has the detail. I've already told him he's not getting more than 24, but I think I might be able to push him further. But it's got a 2-year lease, mobile home, $625 a month. The brother owns the lot. He's leasing the property to his sister. Mobile home's in pretty rough condition, so the goal would probably be that after 2 years we do a non-renewal and scrape it, but we get 50% of our money back in the first 2 years after taxes.
The mobile home is owned by the tenant?
It is. Well, it needs to be. I'm looking at the CAD right now, and the CAD actually shows it as real property. TDHCA does not have it registered at all. It doesn't show a mobile home on that lot. It looks like it's a 1990 model, but it is owned by the tenant. So it's and I have the lease agreement. That's a mobile home lease lot agreement where basically they're responsible for everything. Leaseor is only really responsible for making sure utilities are available.
Okay, and y'all, this is with HPHS, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from my other guy that I work with over there a lot to see how much more I can push that number down. But I figure at 24, you got about a 25% cash on cash return after the taxes are paid each year.
What do you think? Do you think that that's like? You think you could have a tenant there paying that lot rent for forever?
Yes, you'd obviously have to install a new mobile. Right now, I've got an investor who's pretty active in this market. He's got 36 doors in Pleasanton, and we just rented a 3-2 a block up, a block over on Houston Street for $1,450. So that's building and dirt, but I think you can get 625 long term, and it'll probably go up depending on how drilling goes over the next couple of years.
The 3-2, that was a mobile home.
Yeah, it was another mobile.
Nice.
Yeah, we bought a foreclosure for 112, and he's making 1450 on it.
Nice. So for this one, want to call, or we're just waiting to hear back from your guy on it?
Yeah, I just talked to Roger, who is the guy who has the acquisition, who's got the contract. I told him that I was going to chat with my partner, who is David, because he said he wanted to maybe talk about it. To see how low we wanted to kind of come back on it to see where it's at. But I wanted to also give him a chance to look at the lease. The one thing I don't like about the lease is the security deposit for what they might leave behind, what damage they might cause. Because it was a family member, it's pretty low, like $250. So I told them we need to work on that, because if they decide that they don't care about this mobile home, they want to leave it behind, it'll cost me thousands to get rid of it.
Yeah, probably a couple grand.
Yeah.
Maybe less. That's how much we've had to pay to move the ones at our park in Austin.
Yeah, and this one's a double. It's still got the attachment, so it's not permanently attached. You can still see the trailer hitch attached on one side, but it's in pretty rough shape. So after 2 years, they might just say we don't care and walk.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's see what he says back, but it sounds good, right?
Yeah, I figured that if the tenant pays the rent, even for half the year, you're going to be in pretty good shape, because you've made 25% of your money back in 12 months.
Yeah, and it'd be even better. What price they want to sell at? 25?
They're at 29. I told him 24. I asked him if 24 would work, and he said he was going to talk to the manager there and let me know.
Even if you go get a loan from someone for 25 grand, and you agree to pay them, 10% interest on it, paying $2,500 a year in interest only payments, and they're paying how much a month? $675?
$625.
You could go buy this thing with somebody else's money, pay them their mortgage payment every month, and cash flow $416 a month for nothing.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's wait to hear what he says back.
Yeah, thanks. Keep me posted.
Yeah, we'll do, David.
I think that'd be the ideal way to do it. Honestly, I mean, you could put the 25 grand into it, but 25 grand's not a large sum of money, and I bet you could find someone who wants to get a 10% return on that and get them to loan you that, and then have no money in it and cash flow $416 a month and just pay that mortgage payment.
Yep.
What do you think the lot is worth?
If this lot was empty and I had to resell it, I probably could market it for about the 25 that they're at right now. There was one that closed around the corner on Sanchez for 28, a little bit larger, wasn't a corner, but I think it could probably move for 25 tomorrow.
Well, good. So there you go. All right. Anybody have questions around that, like structuring that type of deal? going and borrowing 25 grand from someone, buying this one, rent, it's already got a tenant there paying 625 or 675. For everybody who wants to figure out ways to invest with $0 down, I mean, that's the way to do it. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Can you run it down for us?
Yeah. So the property, a wholesaler is trying to sell it for $25,000. It's currently got a tenant who's paying $625. Robert, is that right?
Yeah.
Tenant's paying $625. The owner would be responsible for property taxes, which probably not much, right, Robert? How much?
$900.
Okay. So we got $625 in monthly rents times 12 is $7,500 a year in rental income. They're just renting out the dirt. So tenant's responsible for their mobile home, the maintenance, the utilities, all that stuff, right, Robert?
Yes.
All right. So then you could pay a manager to manage that tenant if you wanted to, and let's just say you did. And let's just say you pay them 10%. So now you're left with 6,750. And your taxes are going to be $900, so minus $900 leaves you with 5,850. And if you got somebody to lend you the $25,000, and let's say you agreed to pay them 10% interest, that means your annual mortgage payments, interest only, if it was that, would be $2,500 a year, minus your current NOI, which is the 5,000 number, leaves you with $3,350 in pure cash flow for a property that you bought with none of your own money.
Thanks.
What's the return of so Robert was talking about buying it with 25 grand and getting 25% cash on cash. But what's the return of $3,350 on $0 invested? Do the math, plug it in your calculator.
Yeah.
It's an infinite return. You got no money in it. So
that's right.
So it's an infinite return. And it'd be pretty easy, I think, to find a $25,000 loan from somebody.
Thanks for explaining it. It does make sense now.
All right. Any others? I'm glad we separated the rat turds from the coffee beans today.
I'm writing that one down.
Paulie, any updates from you or anything we're working on or need help with or deals we're looking for or deals?
No, we got deals, man. We got deals. We need deals. We need deals. That's what we need. We need deals. So, if anybody's wants to know exactly what we have, I can give you a quick rundown. Just email me, Paulie with a Y at TRE Homes. That'd be the quickest and fastest way for me to send out what we got.
Hey, Polly, you still have some churches looking?
Sure. I got to double check on that. Probably, though. Why you got something?
That 12 and a half acres out in the Leander Liberty Hill area I've got under contract would be good for a church. We've got people, one or two others that are church and private school people that are wanting to look at it. So if you have any.
There's a structure there?
No structure. It's just unrestricted ETJ.
Yeah.
They'd have to.
I'll double check. I think they need a structure though, but I'll double check.
Okay.
Thanks, David.
I'll build them a structure.
You'll build it for them?
Yeah, sure.
All
We'll
right.
find somebody to do it.
Cool. Email me, Paulie